As you know, a little earlier, we ventured to the world of scones, which is the Spanish way of saying scone or scone, up to you. But we have the guy who is the SC1, a.k.a. Chef Clem, to take us through something different here. I'm seeing fruit. I'm seeing the best parts of pastry. This is exciting. The kitchen is the heart of the home. And if one thing is for certain, we also have to have not only good recipes, but quality cookware, which will change your life. We have people coming over. We have to look like we are ready to go. So Woolworths recently launched their Madison collection of cast iron cookware that will make cooking your favorite meal a breeze. Chef Clem is here to show us how to level up our cooking game with these aesthetically pleasing pots and pans. When I say aesthetically pleasing, basically when the people come over, they're like, ooh, die mense is ryk. I like that. Verstaan jy?
Yes.
So this is why we have this, and also I've checked the rates on these. I am very, very happy.
I'm glad.
I'm happy. So tell me, what makes this particular range so special?
Okay.
Talk to me.
We are in love with cast iron.
Yes, we are.
Because if you look after it, you'll be able to give it to Carl Jr., 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 Jr.,
Yes, my
Jr.
great.
Yes.
Yes.
And the fact that it works on gas, on induction, on the braai, in the oven, on your mommy's coil, you know, the
I remember the
stuff,
coil one.
The
Yes,
coil
you have to wait
element.
for like half an hour for it to get to red.
Shame, stop it, stop it. It's okay.
It's true.
It works wherever you want to cook, which I
Yeah.
really love. Another thing is the fact that it's aesthetic, like you said.
It is.
Woolies ones have a variety of colors, and it's got that like beautiful enamel interior. It's glossy, it's fancy, it's beautiful. And there's a rake. And then also...
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's what people are like, ooh, die mense is ryk.
You know,
You know?
because this lid is
Yes.
so heavy, when you actually put it on top of the... When you seal your food and you're cooking it, it's got a bit of... Like, it adds pressure, almost like pressure cooking in a sense, because it's trapping the moisture inside there. So you'll see food cooks a little quicker, things are a little more tender. And another thing that I love...
Flavor. I feel like people don't understand that you also lose a bit of flavor, like if your lid is off. Sometimes that the steam...
Yes.
It's not permeating the right type of flavors that are kind of, it's leaving the pot. This one, it's got a little convection going on there. It's doing that thing. And once again... Die mense is ryk. It's like in their head, you know.
Yes.
Like, oh, these people know what they're doing.
They know.
Let's cook.
Okay, so let's make an apple tart at a time. We're talking World Baking Day.
Oh, I love
This
ta-ta-ta.
is ta-ta-ta.
I love that.
This is a brilliant recipe, like if you're just starting off baking. So, we're gonna start off with some apples. These aren't just any apples.
These are apple butter. Oh, sorry.
No,
Yes, sorry.
These are Envy apples, and I'm telling you, I love the name that Envy.
Envy apples.
Let me give you. Okay, Envy apples, absolutely amazing. It's a perfect balance of like sweetness and acidity. It's the apple that went to private school and then went to like Harvard and then just became president and then just like solved load shedding. What? So taste this apple. Have you ever had an Envy apple?
I feel like I have these in my fridge at home.
Taste it.
I wasn't sure.
Taste
Can
it.
I taste? Hold on, can I just cut it a little bit? It's because I
Of
don't
course,
want
yeah.
to do a little.
I'll do it with you.
Okay.
It's like...
Cheers.
Cheers, yeah. It's just how you get, like, apple, and then you amplify the flavor by a million.
When I'm biting into it, and it's like drinking apple juice.
It really is. And it makes this recipe so amazing. You know why? Because we're not working with a lot of ingredients. When you're working with a recipe that's this simple, use the best ingredients you can get.
This is so good.
It's so juicy. It's like a juice of 10 apples in there. Okay, cool. So, we've got some apples that are peeled already for us. We've got some sugar. It's in our beautiful cast iron skillet. And we're going to add some butter to that.
This looks decorative. Like you want to leave it on the stove at your house.
And get people to come around.
Even if you're not using it.
No. And that's what I love
like an
about cast
ornament.
iron. It's become a bit of like a aesthetic piece in your kitchen, not just used for cooking. It's like it becomes part of the aesthetic.
Shall I do a little shwang here?
So you know they say don't stir when you're making a caramel?
Okay.
It's kind of like, you can stir, but you got to be careful, keep an eye on it, just make sure it doesn't crystallize.
Because I see there's certain parts, so obviously with its position, you see the certain parts are going. So can I just move?
Yeah, you can roer. You can, absolutely.
Bit, just to make sure everybody gets into the bath.
Yes.
You know?
And we're using light brown sugar. You can use white sugar if you want. I just like the caramel, extra caramel flavor you get.
This is what we're looking for.
That's what you're looking for.
Okay. And I actually like to take, I'm not sure if the recipe will call for it, but I like taking my caramel a little further because it's almost like the irony of the cook is that bitterness that brings, kind of balances out its own sweetness in a way. That's what I enjoy about making caramel.
And it is about balancing the flavor, especially when you're working with an apple that's so sweet. That a little slight bitter flavor to it really elevates the dish. So you can go super thin. You can do slices of apple, or you can do quarters. You can do halves. The halves are quite cute because you can see half the apple.
That's the smell.
How's the smell?
That's the smell. So, you know, when you take it a little further, you have that smell of the nose, and then you know it's like that's what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, you know, this is the type, because, I mean, you already got, those envy apples are so sweet, and they're so beautiful.
So sweet.
And I would like this caramel to have a little bitterness. I think that you can leave it as you want to, but I like a darker caramel. I don't know if this recipe calls for it. I'm sorry. I feel like the entire kitchen team is like, no, Carl, what are you doing?
No, Carl,
why are you changing the recipe, Wasty?
You're right.
But I get it. But I just feel this calls for a darker caramel.
And you can totally, once you've made this the first time, you'll know how to, like, muscle memory, you know what I mean? So you know what's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to taste like. Then you can adapt and go, you know what? I want that caramel a little more toasty. I want some more of those bitter notes coming through. And you take it a little further. So I'm going to ask you now to arrange your apples in the caramel. You can go...
My caramel base is just all... I want it to be even.
You can go...
The OCD in me.
And you did a brilliant job.
All right, so?
But you can go curved side up. Sorry, curved side down. So when you reveal it, you'll get those beautiful curves over the top.
That's it.
So you can go ahead
and I mean, you know, I love a beautiful curve.
Yeah, you know.
Can I arrange? Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about them apples. Okay, cool.
Yes, we are.
So what's quite nice is, again, playing around with flavor. We're going to add some raspberry to it, just a little different floral fruit note. What's also lovely about this, when you're making caramels can be temperamental. They can burn in certain spots and then, you know, just be uncooked in other spots.
Yes.
With this cast iron range, you get even heat distribution, which is amazing, and it retains that heat.
I feel like I need to bring this forward a bit.
You are doing the thing.
That's it. I just need to bring it, because I want to make sure that it's all sort of in the same sort of vibe.
Look how fancy this peeler is. Okay, so we're switching things up here.
Okay.
This is a very fancy peeler from Woolies, by the way. Look at
It's very appealing.
Look at that. It is very appealing. Okay, so oh no, you've arranged it perfectly. Perfect. Okay.
I just put it as best I could. What's it? Oh,
raspberries. You
can
do a scattering.
Can I do a scatter?
And then puff pastry. So I mean, essentially using, I think it's what? Butter, sugar, apples, raspberries, puff pastry, 5 ingredients. 5 ingredients.
And that's it.
And the ice cream is extra, so we're not counting the ice cream. So what you're going to do is get your puff pastry, work with the plastic that it comes in, help you. Let it help you, you know what I mean? So we're going to unroll this.
Okay, so I feel like we need to finish this on our own time, though.
Yes.
While you do that, we're going to plonk that on, we're going to finish it off, we're going to flip it over, it's going to be beautiful. Find the recipe and try it yourself on expressoshow.com and make cooking convenient with quality cookware that's made to last. Shop the Madison Cast Iron Cookware Collection at Woolworths Home, in-store, online, and on the app.
Beautiful.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here at S3. And in case you missed it, we started our ta-ta-ta, which is beautiful in the Madison Cast Iron range, available at Woolworths. This is what it looked like when we started things off, but the magic of TV is amazing, because this is how it looks now.
Right,
hey?
So that goes to the oven, 30 minutes, turn it out, what you end up with, ice cream.
Done.
Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy.
That's it. Oh, this is great. Madison Cast Iron range. Now, remember, we could do it on top of the stove, and then we went straight into the oven. That's the magic of cast iron. You can do that sort of thing and not affect it at all, which is always magic. Look at that. I love that. It sounded like a magic show. So go to expressoshow.com, get the recipe. We're going to finish this with ice cream.